So today we're going to have a look at Tamiya's wonderful F-16C Block 50 Fighting Falcon by Tamiya in 1/32 scale. Personally, I never thought I'd get my hands on this kit. Thanks to Robert Lockheed for supplying the kit. I've just finished building the 1/48 version, which, as you can see, is a fantastic kit. Took me about a week to build from start to finish. Absolutely loved it. Everything fit perfectly. From what I can make out, this is an upscaled version of this kit. So let's just put this safe, because that'll be at Telford this year. Right, so cost. Hannants $134.99. It's not cheap, but it is absolutely a brilliant kit, so I've been told. Lots of bits and pieces in it. You don't need aftermarket with it. So literally straight out of the box build, which I'll be doing and starting this evening hopefully. So I haven't opened the box. This has literally been on my table for about an hour. I had to pop out, so we're now going to do a complete in-box review of her. So straight away take out the top. Oops. Right, first thing you'll notice is this beautiful flat box, which it isn't, but what you have here is basically a carrying case. So when the kit's finished and built, you literally put it onto here and she's movable, she's safe to move anywhere you want to go. And this one hopefully will get built ready for Telford as well, so we'll see. Anyway, let's put that one safe. Start off with, so we've got a completely full box of bits, separate boxes, what have you. What we're going to do, we're going to move that to one side for the moment, because she's a large old beast. Instructions, right, as I said, I haven't opened this before. So firstly, what you have is this absolutely fantastic piece of art for your colour callouts. Obviously all in Tamiya, but as you'd expect, this will all be done in Lockheed mil-spec colours, which we have all of these. So that's great news for starters, for me anyway. So we've got gunship grey, medium grey and light ghost grey, all available in the mil-spec at the moment. Lovely model figures as well, which is great, and some pictures at the bottom. Twin sides. I'm going to do the tiger meat version, I think. I do like a good tiger, and the decals look great for this, so we'll be looking at that one. So that can go for one side. This is going to end up on my wall, I would imagine, at some point. Put this to one side. Right. A beautiful looking booklet. It looks like you get the trolley stand in this as well. So when I build this, everything that I can I'm going to open up so that it can be seen. So the trolley will be there, the engine will be separate, and hopefully that'll look nice. So what we're going to do, so you got quite a bit of information about it, telling you about the mouth of these, because they're the Block 50, which this is the large mouth, where you have the smaller mouth, which is the 52, and so on like that. And as you go down, you'll see they're normally 32s, Block 30s, 32s, 40, 42s, and so on. This is the big mouth version. Bit about your missile and loadouts. This will be fully loaded as well. Right, and then we come to the parts themselves. So here we're looking at, start off as building the dolly, which we'll build all in one and then detail up with wheels. Looks great. So we can build the dolly up, put the wheels on, risers and holders for the engine. Then we've got compressor blades coming in with the engine parts. The compressor blades go together. The gearbox all goes in. More compressor blades, afterburner, or the final compressor blade, the afterburner ring, and the rear of the engine going on. The engine itself going together. Attaching the rest like the gearbox, other parts that are going on the engine, different tabs, and again got engine access panels going in, building up nicely till you get your engine, which is here. Looks lovely, done in clad metal work. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that'll come up nice. Then we start on the landing gear compartment, going through, putting all the different parts in. The rear air duct. Now we're going to do some work on this. We're going to make that seamless using cellulose thinners and aquagloss. Here we go, aquagloss, get that in. There will be, I'm not sure whether to do this a video build or to do it as a photo build as yet, we'll see. We come back down, back into the engine bay. Now with the engine being removed, there is this part here when you build it up, which actually gives you something to look at with the hole where the engine was removed. So that's a fantastic extra. Lower fuselage, there's the engine inner frame going in. Now we've got screws that hold this together, which is fantastic, again with a screwdriver and adapter. The front gear being built. The front air intake, again, that will be seamless. The nose gear going on, tiny little screws to hold her on again. Going through, we've got landing gear going in. And then this part going together. To be honest, that was the only part that gave me grief on the 148 version. Take a bit of care, more care than I did last time, and it should be okay. Going through to the seat. We were going to get another seat for this, but there's just no point. When this builds up, it'll look lovely. Taken and part of the front area ready for the photo etch. There are photo etch belts on this as well, I believe. I will have to check, but I believe that's so. So here we go on to installing the cockpit, which looks like that's all in one part, with the rudders going in. Again, a screw part down for the rudders. The upper fuselage mating onto the rear fuselage, again exactly the same as the 148 version. Lower fuselage, well that's the upper fuselage holes. Putting anything for the guns, again that will be opened up on mine. The lower come down to, or the upper come down to meet the lower fuselage. I know that's a good fit, I have seen this before. Poly caps going in for your loadout. Again, makes it a lot easier to transport. Undercarriage doors going on. Getting ready to do the fuselage, the rear tail. All going in. Odds and bods going on there. The pylons looking in, so you're ready to put your loadout on. The head-up display and the instrument panel, this will be all hand painted and detailed. The AN APG-68 radar being built up. Again, I will build all this and it will be on view as such. Then you're attaching the radar, the seat going in, the head-up display and the front coaming going in. Then we're on the flaps, the wingtips, flaperons, attaching them all. Again, if I can bring them open, I will have them open. edges of the wings ready to put on the sidewinders that go on the wingtips. Attaching the engine. This won't be done on ours simply because we will have it in the viewing area. Opening parts up for different versions. Different bits and bobs going in down on top of the tail. The tail going on, again held on by polycaps, again making it easy to transport. Sorry. Your air brakes all being done. Again, I'll have these open because I want everything open on this. This is the one I'm going to really go to, and like I did on the Tornado, and open it right up. Horizontal stabilizers looking great. Again, the rear stabilizers going on with a push cap fit. Lovely. How to put on your masking on the canopy. I've never used masking. I only use my arm masking, cut it in myself, no problem. Put the nose on, and we can open it up as we're going to do on this one. And then you've got your loadouts, which you've got AMRAAMs, you've got centerline tanks, ECM pod, GBUs, AGMs, the HARM missiles, and so on. 370 gallon wing tanks, and this will show you where you can put them, which is brilliant. We've got this fully loaded up. Attaching all the stores, you've got a crew ladder which I'll be building and putting on as well, even wheel chocks, and then you've got your sprue layouts ready to look at. Nice little one, giving you a little plaque to put on, which we'll use, and so on. And there you have it. That's that. Right. Next, I presume this is the deck. It seems a small piece, I suppose. Not totally sure on what we've got here. There's more than, well, there's 2 or 3 sheets in here, which is lovely. Keep that for a second. Right, your masks, not die cut, which is a shame, so we won't be using those. We've got our normal decals. Now, these look lovely. Then quite a silk finish, which is nice, so they'll go down well. Looking at the actual decals themselves, they're all readable, which they should be in this scale. We're going to do the Gamblers, we're going to do this Tiger, we have to, with that tail, and so on. The monochrome, well, the monochrome, there's grey, blacks and whites on this, looking lovely. Tamiya decals can be hit and miss. From what I've heard from this so far, they are pretty fantastic. And then we have removed before flight tags, which are superb, but I have a set of these in Edard in 1/32, and I'll be using those ones. So that's your decals. Right, so we're on to the first sprue, and taking it out of the bag. Let's see what we've got. Right, so we've got part of the upper fuselage, lower wing sections, beautifully done. All the detail is there as you'd expect from Tamiya. Everything is lovely. Some nice detail on everything you can see. Very much a clone again, as I said, of the 148, but she should go together absolutely lovely. And then the lower fuselage and the upper front fuselage. Again, what can you say? It's slightly, the plastic, you can probably hear, isn't shiny. It's got a slight roughness to it, which is great. The paint will hit on there nicely. You've got the rear air intakes, different fronts with coamings, the air brakes, air brake actuators, and of course a beautiful lower fuselage all-in-one, which gives you, I suppose, take it out a little bit, so she's going to be quite a big bird when she's done. The rest of the hook looks like an afterthought, to be honest, but we'll soon liven that up with a bit of paint. Your ventral fins, they'll be part of your flaps and so on. The detail is very, very crisply done. I don't know how well you'll be able to pick that up on the camera, but I think that's absolutely superb. Nothing wrong with that. Then we come on to another large sprue, the tail. So we've got that rear end part where the engine slides in. I think it goes in on guides as well, which helps. The internal ribbing of the area, ECM pod, and your tail. Again, looking super. No ejection pin marks where they shouldn't be, or which is going to be a pain in the bum. Looking really, really nice. There's the cover plate which goes across the undercarriage bay. We'll be putting that on at last, because we'll build this, build the undercarriage at the same time. But what we'll put that on as the last thing so it doesn't get broken or bent. We want some slightly smaller ones. Your engine. Again, the detail on this is phenomenal, but I suppose it should be at this scale and the price we're paying. Ejection pin marks are deep, but they don't come through, and it all looks absolutely lovely. And it's a little bit shinier plastic on the inside, which is nice for the metalwork. Of course, these will all be metalwork in old clad too. A little bit chunky on the old afterburner ring, but for the scale I guess it's okay. Last stage or first stage compressor blades looking all good. They're looking nice. Everything really is pucker. Looking really, really good. I got the two, what I would say is awkward bits. I mean, this is the difference in the sprues between the Block 52 and the Block 50. The 52 having the smaller mouth and the 50 having the wide mouth. And this will be the wide one. Everything great. Large, very large doors for the undercarriage. No problem with any sink marks or ejection pin marks again. These two bits, which are possibly the hardest part of this kit to get right, all looking fantastic though. Detail is superb. Right, so all the small parts and the petals for the engine. Is that a double? Yep. No. Is it? Yep. No. Yeah, it is. Right, so we'll have a look at one of these. Right, so got the front actuators for the undercarriage, more of the dolly for the engine, the petals, the inside's lovely. I presume this will be hidden up. I think it does, with the exhaust goes over and clips on. More actuators. Again, the parts of the dolly looking delicious with the screw. a nice paint with some metal and some wash ups, and it'll look washes, and it will look a treat. Not sure. That's the engine petals again, looking lovely. Nothing wrong with that sprue. And then we've got your weapons fit. And these look rather large. So we've got your your GBUs, your AMRAMs, your harms, and there's a couple of the old sidewinders. I'll give you an idea. Here are some. These are actually GWH AMRAM missiles. I think that's what they are. And that's the difference in size from 148 to 132nd. It's a big difference. So that looks great. Again, no sink marks, no burring, absolutely lovely. So they're great. And then we have this lovely box full of goodies, I hope. It's taped. Here we go. So we've got, love them or hate them, we've got the rubber wheels, which are solid, so there shouldn't be any trouble. And of course we can take some weight off those, make them weight on wheels, and just to make them look a little bit better. You've actually got your dolly wheels are rubber as well. So that's nice, all different tread patterns and grommets. We have your nose weight, which we will be using on this one. That's very heavy. It must be 50, nah, it's got to be 70, 80 grams. Your undercarriage, which is all white metal, no burring, looks absolutely lovely. You've got your one-piece nose. There's a little bit of a seam on the bottom there, nothing we can't cope with. With the ejectors, it's nice. A nice little metal pitot tube, screwdriver, some string. That's odd. Not sure what that's for. Different pins and screws for the actual units. Hold it all together. And we've got twin canopies, one clear and one in the bronze colour, and it has got a centre seam. Take this off carefully. So, yep, they've both got, I don't know if you can see how well you'll be able to see this on camera, but there's a centre seam that runs from the front to the back. Easily taken care of with Lockheed's seam removal set, 4 in a set, lovely jubbly. So that won't take much. Then a dip in clear, aqua gloss, clear, whatever you like to use, and she'll be perfect. And let's have a look. I don't know if you can see through the camera there, but that is perfectly clear and no wobble. So superb piece of engineering as usual. Pity about the centerline seam, but I suppose that's the way it is. Your clear parts with your lights, navigational lights and what have you, part of the head-up display, looking lovely. And then we've got your radar, you've got your belts. They don't look very special. Some bits and pieces here. I'm wondering, not sure, I'll have to look, but that's quite a nice little touch. Let's just have a quick look in here. Again, I've never ever seen a quality kit like this, so I'm hoping it might just be me. So no, it's just that and this one. We've got buckles for seat belts here. I'm just wondering how they work. Again, I have no idea, so we will have a check on that later. That's lovely. Right, so that is Lockheed's 132 F-16C Fighting Falcon by Tamiya, and all I can say now is let's get into the build.